hopefully this is recording. Hopefully the audio and video is syncing. Fingers crossed. So this is a very brief section on angles. 1.1 part 1. All we're talking about here is converting between regular old degrees like you've always worked with and degrees, minutes, and seconds. So the idea is very simple. Here's a picture of a protractor to help illustrate this. And it's broken up into degrees, 10, 20, 30 degrees, etc. The idea is every single one of those degrees, so I've kind of highlighted the first degree there. That single degree, that tiny little amount, can be subdivided into 60 smaller parts, which we call minutes. So, you've got your degree. If you divide into 60 parts, each one of those parts is much smaller. So we've gone from a degree to 1/60th of a degree, and we call that a minute. We could then take those minutes, those tiny little pieces, and split them into seconds, which are 1/60th of that minute. And that's it. So these conversions are going to revolve around dividing by 60 or multiplying by 60 if you're going the other way. If you're converting to degrees, minutes, and seconds from degrees. Okay, so degrees, we use the degree symbol. Minutes use this little like single quote mark, and then seconds uses 2 quote marks. So just like I said, here's kind of the math behind it. A degree is 1/360th of a circle. A minute is a 60th of that. Seconds are a 60th of that 60th. So that's 1/3600th of a degree. So it's a very tiny little portion of a degree. Okay, a little silly explanation there down at the bottom, which I won't even talk about. Okay, so this is used in surveying a lot in navigation, and I've got an example of that in the notes in just a second so you can see what I'm talking about. But on to the meat of it, the kind of thing you would do in real life and on your homework and test. Convert 74 degrees, 8 minutes, and 14 seconds to regular old degrees. And then you take your answer and round it to the nearest thousandth. So it's very simple. 74 degrees I leave alone. That's just going to get carried throughout the problem. The 8 minutes, that gets divided by 60. And notice, as soon as I do that division by 60, I'm no longer working in minutes. 8 divided by 60, that's now in degrees, which is what we're looking for. We want our answer in degrees. Okay. And then the 14 seconds, that gets divided by 60 twice. And 60 times 60 is 360, or 3,600. So this is all you're going to be doing, this one little line here. You're going to take 8 minutes, divide it by 60, take 14 seconds and divide that by 360. And now each of those is in plain old degrees. So that division, 8 divided by 60, is 0.13. And that 3 just keeps on repeating. So the little bar there indicates that. 14 divided by 3,600 is 0.0038. And again, that 8 is repeating. So what I've done here is I took the 74 and I wrote out a bunch of extra zeros. So 74.0000. And I'm adding the 0.13 to it. But since that 3 was repeating, I just wrote out a bunch of these. 0.133333333333. Same for the last part, the 0.0038. That's right here. 0.00388888888. So I wrote out a bunch of those, and I rounded the other one, the last one, I rounded that up. Okay. And if you don't remember, when you're adding decimals, you just line up the decimal place and then just add just like you would always do. I add the 0 in that first position, I add it to the 1, and I add it to the 0 below that. I guess since we're adding, we actually start at the other end. We would do 0 plus 3 plus 9 is 12. So I put down the 2, carry my 1. 1 plus 3 plus 8 is 12 again. So I put down my 2 and carry my 1, etc. Then your calculator does all this, so you could probably just avoid it all. So when I add all those up, I get 74.13722222222. We were asked to round this to the nearest thousandth, so that's the third decimal place. So I rounded it to 74.137. And that's it. You'll just do that a few times on your homework, and that will be a test problem. The rounding, I wrote out a bunch of decimal places, but keep in mind, you don't need to do that many. They ask us to round to the thousandth place. If I just have a couple more digits there, that's more than enough. So rather than doing, what do I have here? 10 digits. You could do a lot less than that. If they want 3 decimal places, I just do 4 or 5, and it should work out. If it doesn't, you're taking a test and you're off by a tiny little decimal point, just shoot me an email. Okay. Now, going backwards, what we do, so now I'm converting 34.817 degrees. I want to convert that to degrees, minutes, and seconds. The way I do it is I take the 34 degrees, I just chop that off. That's going to be 34 degrees in our final answer. I take the decimal part, the 0.817, I multiply it by 60. Okay, so 0.817 times 60 is 49.02. Okay, so now I chop off that whole number again. That 49, that's now the minutes. Okay, so I've got the 34 degrees I started with, the 49 minutes I just came up with, and now I repeat this process. I take the decimal part, 0.02, I multiply that by 60 again. Right. And this time I get 0.02 times 60 is 1.2, and since we don't want any decimals in our final answer, I round that to just 1. Okay, so I've got the 34, the 49, and that 1 I just came up with, and there it is. I've converted to degrees, minutes, and seconds. So yeah, this whole lesson is just multiplying or dividing by 60 depending on which way you're going. So you'll have a couple of homework examples of that. Now, just for fun, I've got a plat map here. So this is a typical ownership map you'd see, or a surveying map you'd see if you go down to your courthouse. At least in my town, they keep this documents at the courthouse. So this is a bunch of plots of land. And the way you go out and find your land, of course, is you would find whatever marker they're starting from. Normally they have some marker like a stake or a concrete post in the ground, and you can measure, like this looks like 21 feet, and then 21 feet again, 21 feet. So you're going 21 feet, but what direction do you go in? And here it is. You're going 5 degrees, 0 minutes, and 10 seconds in the westerly direction. Northwest, right? Yeah. So you've gone northwest just a little bit. And, virtually every one of these plat maps I've seen or ownership maps is written using this. And if you want to convert to just a decimal, well, now you know how. So that's it for this lesson. Thanks for watching if you stuck around this long, and I'll see you next time.